Previously on Roaches to Wrenches.
This was crazy. And the frame is bent, by the way, so there's no fixing this thing. I'm all in one piece, man. End of the budget F-150, baby.
Back on the driveway where her life began, man.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse than how you perceive things to be, so.
Oh, what a dangerous man, he got his mind right. Okay with being famous, but he can't stand the limelight. Knows enough language to reach the heinous and tainted mind, but when he open wide, they like God, who he sound like?
Yeah. This is it, y'all. 2007 F-150 King Ranch. This thing's a real piece of shit. Woo. Damn. Yeah, we're gonna fix all that rust, but the rust is not too bad on the frame, though. This thing's old. This thing's gonna be a nice truck when we're all done with it, though. What up, what up? It's your boy Stakes. Y'all just saw this F-150 we just got on this truck. I spent about 20 minutes brushing off all the snow and ice, scraping it all off the truck. So this is my first time actually seeing the truck in whole, besides the pictures. So what we got right here is the 2007 Ford F-150 King Ranch. And this truck is a real piece of junk, man. I'm just gonna go a little walk around. It's an old truck, it got a few dents on it. However, the body panels that are all screwed up is the tailgate, rear bumper, and the front bumper. Everything else is pretty much straight. So all that stuff that has issues on it, it's gonna be easy to replace. Got a whole bunch of bags of leaves, so I don't know, people must have been using this thing for work. I was just shoveling snow out of the bed of this thing. There's not really any rust on the bed, as opposed to this truck right here. I mean, there was rust everywhere around the gas cap and everything. So yeah, it has good tires on it too. It has Michelin's, much better than what I have on this truck over here. It's a 4-door. I'm very happy it's a 4-door. So yeah, King Ranch. This is a King Ranch. I don't know about y'all, but I am not a fan of this King Ranch interior. This interior is straight up ugly. So what we're going to be doing is swapping the entire interior from this truck over to this truck. The heads-up display does work. I tested that out when I was going to go look at this car at Copart. This thing doesn't work. This shifter, the chrome cap is missing. That seat is all shredded up, so that's kind of unacceptable, which is why we're going to be swapping the interior. Side mirror cracked up, rust down here. Y'all can, yeah, yep, there you go. Oh yeah, gotta love living up north. Tailgate's busted up right there. Back bumper is crushed in right there. This thing's hanging off. There's supposed to be a bracket up there. It's gotta hang on right there. Tail lights busted. Little bit of rust on the flake right there, but it's not enough where I need to do any kind of rust repair. It's not enough. These doors right here, both of these rear doors were frozen shut. After we scraped off all the ice, I just stuck a little bar down in the bottom right there and it popped right open. Front area right here, This truck does have 371,000 miles on it. Yes, you guys heard me correctly, almost 400,000 miles. So it's not gonna matter. Y'all can see it up there. This thing over here, this play in the steering wheel, is not supposed to be like that, because I know that truck over there has absolutely no play in the steering wheel. So I might be swapping over the steering rack or the steering column or something like that. I don't know. Let's look under the hood. This truck is a 2007, 12 years old. This engine looks like it's 100 years old. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, this thing's been through hell. It's a nice truck. It has nice Michelin tires on it. Our goal is to have this truck done by the end of the month. I may have overpaid for it. We're gonna go over the price later. I'm definitely happy we got it. I'm happy it's a 4-door too. This was the truck I've always wanted. I always wanted a 4-door F-150 when I was originally looking for an F-150 for this bulletproof project, but I couldn't find a 4-door for a decent price. But now we got this 4-door. It looks a lot better. I like the way the 4-doors look. We're going to be swapping everything from this truck over to this truck. Engine, transmission, transfer case, maybe even some suspension components. The interior is all going to be in this truck over here. So we're basically going to make this truck what this truck should have been. Get this thing back and running. Hopefully we can have it done by the end of the month. We won the truck at auction for $800. The day after, you know, I was still waiting for the seller to send me a counter offer and stuff like that because it was on reserve. The next day I got the reserve price. The reserve was $1,000. I sent a counter offer of $900. The reason I didn't want to pay up to $1,000 was because once you pay $1,000 or more, it gets to the next fee level. You know what I mean? The seller then wanted to counter me at $950, but I stayed at $900. The seller accepted my offer. When the seller countered my offer, this was the day after the auction. Now, I thought you had to pick up the vehicle 3 days after the sale, but it's actually 3 days after the auction, not the sale. So, yeah. I came 4 days after the auction, 3 days after the sale. So, since it was 4 days after the auction, I still had to pay a storage fee and a late payment fee, which was an extra $75. My end price after a $900 bid. I ended up having to pay all these fees and taxes. I've seen a lot of people commenting before asking, oh, maybe I pay so much fees because I'm using a broker. No, I'm just a regular guy. I ain't got no dealer's license. For the 100th time, if someone asks me if I have a dealer's license, my head is going to explode, okay? I don't have a dealer's license. I'm just a regular guy. I don't want to be a car dealer. I'm not interested in doing that. I don't like the auto industry. I've tried it in the past, but it's not for me. I don't like it. So after all the fees and taxes, it was $1,500. $1,500 and some change. This was a $900 winning bid, and that turns into $1,500. So you can see why I'm not always very interested in buying vehicles from the Copart auction. I know maybe other auctions have lower fees and things like that, but specifically Copart, high fees, taxes, so $1,500.75. And then after that, since I had the late payment and also the storage fee, it was another $75, so $1,575. Then I had to pay my tow guy. Shout out to my tow guy. I paid him $150. So you can see how this is already over $1,700, okay, to have this truck. When I was looking for a truck, I was looking for something with relatively little rust. It's really hard to find cars with little rust for a decent price up here. I was looking for a 4-door, so a Super Crew is the correct term for it. And I was looking for something at least a 2006, preferably newer. So we got our 2007 F-150 King Ranch. Now the reason why I got this truck specifically was it also has less rust than mine. You guys are probably thinking, what the hell am I talking about? You just saw me picking rust off the side of the truck in the cab corners there. Well, the rust on the frame was only surface rust. The rust wasn't penetrated the frame at all. Now, on our 06 Lariat, the truck that we've always had, the rust has actually penetrated the frame. I never spoke about this before just because I like to keep things positive. I don't want to bring any negativity or anything like that. There's no actual holes in the frame. However, the rust is
penetrated. This truck that we just got, the King Ranch, the frame is solid. There's no rust penetrating the frame. It's all just, I'm happy about this project. I'm pretty sure it's all gonna look good. Hopefully, it's not gonna be a question of if we come on top, but how far we will come on top. As always, I'm grinding. I hope you all are doing the same. Follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at Stack612. That is STACK_612. Now, y'all stay strong, stay healthy, and stay inspired. I'm out. Peace.